Okay, I guess we're starting then.
I
It's a tradition, to be honest. It's how we do. Hello, everybody. I am the page admin for Luquier and Asuka, and of mi amiga Jaime. And welcome to Something Rather. My co-host is...
the one and only Chronojet Dragon, and somewhere Dran is in the house.
I'm Atlas. I'm a stand-up comic, and I host the podcast Nexus at Night. And I'm here because they made me do it.
Not like I had blackmail on something on you, so you can be forced to do this for added 2 more episodes of Something Rather.
Well, just because my dog died doesn't make blackmail material.
I don't know.
Ooh,
I'll
that was
figure out
dark.
something else. I'll just wait till you get drunk.
What?
It's weird how this is already going to be a crazy one. I feel like.
Well, you had me on it, so yeah, let the games begin.
Alright, so today we are talking about the new successfulness of the Great Nature. Hey, woo, clap. Thank you.
I can't clap at such an awful pun without dying inside just a little bit.
You don't know anything about puns. What the hell we've been through.
Yeah.
There are people who are gonna die for the puns.
Okay, so
we are talking today about the new tech booster. It's gonna have Great Nature, Murakumo, and everybody's favorite Mega Colony. Today we are talking about Great Nature, and we needed a Great Nature expert, and nobody in our Vanguard Roundtable group play Great Nature, or Mega Colony, or Murakumo.
Yeah, I can help you with the other two if you want, but I just know Great Nature better. So
So we'll go first with Great Nature, because out of all of them, it seemed like they got the best support.
It's not so much that they had the best support, it's that they had the best starting point. Like, Great Nature was already winning, or topping ARGs and regionals and stuff here and there, but just now with this, with like all the new stuff, it got a lot better. Like Denial Griffin and Defeat Flare are usually kind of a big pain in the ass for them, but now we have a counter to that. May I introduce the GR of the set, Omniscience Dragon, a Funk, or as I will be referring to it, Aflac, because it looks like the Aflac duck, kind of. That sort of a beak. No? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's room forever.
Alright, so are you ready to talk about the new stuff?
Yeah. Should I keep going, or?
Yep.
Okay, so the skill is, it's an axe skill. Once per turn, you can counterblast and flip up a G unit. It doesn't have to be him, it can be anything. You choose any number of your rear guards until the end of the turn. They get the skill. This unit cannot be retired by card effects, and for each rear guard chosen with the effect, they get plus 4k. Now, what's interesting is that this card doesn't kill any of your rear guards. On the contrary, it makes them unkillable, which means, okay, I'll counterblast one, flip up a G unit. All of my rear guards can't be killed this turn, so Denial Griffin me now, you dick. It's not so. It's definitely a very situational stride, and I don't think it deserved to be the GR.
Mm-hmm.
Nice phone. Anyway, so it didn't deserve to be the GR, but it's definitely a boon to Great Nature, and it gives them like a situational out to, seeing them flip over the, Kagura starter, and then you're like, oh wait, I have a counter to it now. So it's probably a 1 or a 2 of in any G zone. Hopefully it doesn't end up too expensive. If it ends up being, around $20 or something, it's not that big a deal because you can get away with one of it. So that's nice. Next card is Sage Saint Professor Big Belly. So they continued the trend of giving their break strides, strides. Mm-hmm. And his skill. Okay, so for the longest time, our finisher was Managarm, which is the wolf-looking dude where you counterblast, flip, pick 2 units, they get plus 4k, and then if that column is at 20,000 or more, they can't guard with grade 1s. Well, that was our finisher for the longest time. But with G Guardians, it really kind of put a damper on that because you can go, all right, attack for 30k, all right, drop a heal, 31k, just one card wasted, and you're like, oh, that sucks. But now you have this dude, which is once per turn. If he's GB2, you can counterblast and flip up a copy of him. This is the Big Belly Stride. Choose one of your rear guards. It gets plus 4K for each card in your G zone until the end of turn. Then choose one of your units until the end of the turn. It gets the skill, the red text, Vanguard rear guard. When this unit's attack hits a Vanguard, choose up to the same number of your other rear guards as the number of face-up cards in your G zone and stand them. So that's kind of complicated language, but basically you choose a thing after you flip and give your 4K to your field, and it gets the ability on hit you can restand a bunch of stuff. So it's kind of a very Aquaforce sounding effect, except for the 4,000 part. But it gives Great Nature another. It's like half finisher, half a lot of pressure. So depending on what you're playing against, you can go into this to make them drop their hand, or you can go into Mana Garm to set this up. So it's a very you kind of need one to function with the other, but it's definitely a really good finisher. And the later in the game you go, the more pressure there is, because so to get the most bang for your buck out of this, you need to have 4 things face up in G zone when he hits the field. So realistically, it would be like if you used Mana Garm, that's 2, and you probably G guarded once and strode once before that, so there's your 4. Or if you double G guarded, or there's a million ways to set up a panda.
Now, let me ask you this: with this little big belly with the cute little panda bears, it's so adorable. Considering that with Great Nature you gain the whole power, and that's the whole ideal. With Crayon Tiger, you're able to build up even more columns for more hits, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would you think to be the highest number of attack you could get off with him, with Crayon Tiger being on the field?
Are you running stand triggers in this hypothetical scenario?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say you're a wackadoo and you're like, I'm going to run 12 stands. Or let's say you run 3 stands and you're super lucky. Well, if you give the skill and you have like a Crayon Tiger on one side and something else on the other, realistically you could probably get 8 attacks out of it, because Crayon Tiger's once per turn, so you can't like restand him and then restand the other thing. But if you got super lucky and everything, that's 8 attacks. But the important part is that it's like these big attacks, and oftentimes you're going to stack crits on these things. So probably what you'd want to do is go attack with the not Crayon Tiger column, then go attack with the big belly one. You probably give the red text skill to either the not Crayon Tiger rearguard or to Big Belly himself, depending on if you paid attention to your opponent, which you're going to have to because this is Great Nature. And if you get to restand your whole field, then if the non Crayon Tiger rearguard failed, you can use Crayon Tiger to just restand him again. It'd also be neat to go left column, Crayon Tiger restand him, attack with Vanguard, stack your stuff on the other guy. Hopefully by that point you've wore them down, so you hit with that one, then restand your field again. It's just crazy. It's nuts. It kind of sucks that it's not a sure thing, because you can't, if let's say the opponent got lucky and they were like hoarding PGs for that turn, then just your offense failed. But it's still really good, and it was still very much needed. It was kind of that thing where like you didn't know you needed it till they gave it to you. Next thing, or any more questions?
Are you pleased with this card?
Oh, I'm super pleased. I'm sad I'm gonna have to spend money on getting 4 of them, but
well, we all spend money.
Yeah, the life of a cheapskate. All right, next thing. Yeah, next thing is a grade 3 triple R, special appointment Professor Arusha. So it's a grade 3 triple R, and it's got success 25,000. So if a rear guard becomes 25k or more, it becomes successful. And then you choose a card from your hand and discard it. When this unit becomes successful, you may pay the cost if you do stand this. So this is a Vanguard, which grade 3 restanders are becoming less common just because you typically want to be striding every turn. But this thing is kind of an exception, especially on that Chat Noir turn. because you're going to run this with Break Ride, no doubt. And then the last skill is when this unit attacks, you choose one of your rear guards. It gets, until the end of the turn, it gets plus 4,000, and the skill, wait. Okay, I think someone messed up the sample, because on the website it says it gets the skill Vanguard Circle. This unit cannot be chosen by trigger effects.
Also, please note that there is a errata in the English card image. This page is using the correct text to describe it. So
Yeah.
So don't follow the card image. Go with
the
skill.
Well, basically what happens is if you attack, you can dope something, but Arusha himself can't be used for. You can't stack your triggers on him. It also means that you're going to want to use this on the Chat Noir turn. So on the other hand, though, the skill of just dropping one card to restand him means it's an inherent plus in drive checks. Or typically, if it's a restander with triple drive, you usually drop 3 cards, or if it's got twin drive, you drop 2. But with this one, you just drop the 1, which means you get a total of 3 drive checks, and that's without the discarding the 3 for stride. So it's pretty good. I think it's going to take some experimenting, because just looking at it on paper, you think, this kind of sucks. But I feel like once I have it and I start testing it, it's going to get better. Here's hoping it's like Suleiman or one of those other triple R's where no one really wants it, and then I can pick them up for cheap and start experimenting that way. It's going to be a similar deck to the Tester Fox Legion, because that and Chat Noir are really good, and they have like a really good early game. So we'll kind of see where it goes. I think if I were to give it a letter grade, it'd be like a B minus maybe, but we'll see.
Hold up, Professor.
Oh, it's adorable. My girlfriend has this with like this color of cat, the
Tabby?
orange black. No, it's not a tabby where it's just all orange. It's like orange and black, and it's got some white on there. She had a cat like that when she was a kid, and like the nickname for it was Gibber. So whenever there's a cat with that color, she calls it a Gibber. Yeah. Well, next thing is the G Guard that Great Nature got. The head of Bastion Ardillo. And his skill is when you guard with him, you can choose any number of your rear guards and retire them. And if the number of open rear guards is 3 or more after doing that, it gets plus 10k shields at the end of until the end of the battle. Now, I was talking with Mason Clark, the guy who one of the admins on the Vanguardians page, and he runs Science of Vanguard, the YouTube channel. You're welcome, Mason. And he did not like this at all, where he said that something that gets rid of your rear guards in order to get a guard bonus, like the first one we got in the Fighters Collection, is bad. But I think this is one of those cards where it may be situational, but oftentimes if if the game is going naturally, then you'll get the bonus anyway. Because oftentimes, like control decks are super popular, so you're probably going to have less than 3 anyway. Worst case scenario, you kill a Duckbill or a Mike Saburo that's crowding up the back row, so you can play another one next turn. It gives us some much needed defense. I know that sounds weird because we draw a lot of cards, but our only way of calling stuff is from hand. So if you keep killing our field, then we lose hand, and we we need this. Does that make any sense?
We'll see. It makes sense because sometimes the cards you draw are not really a good defense type. What happens? You have like mostly all your grade 3s in hand, and you need like a good shield type to go ahead for your next turn. So yeah, sometimes it doesn't mean you always will draw what you need.
Yeah, I really like this guy, but I think Great Nature players, it has them torn between whether they like him or not. Honestly, I think it's good, and it's good for about like 80% of the situations, which is good enough for me. So
I actually kind of agree with you on this one. I see where it's good, but I also see where they don't exactly see it being too great. I don't know. Maybe it's just good for getting rid of the unit that's been hindered by certain other cards.
yeah. I like how you didn't talk for like 20 minutes. I thought you were getting a sandwich or something.
I was debating it.
Let me. Would this be good in the Legion builds? So then you can put something you need back into your deck.
Yes. The only way that the Tester Fox only works in end phase, so that's not a thing. But one of my favorite things to do is oftentimes I'll have multiple foxes, so I'll stride into the Phoenix and then plunk those down and then dope them both, so I can get I'd put 4 cards back to the bottom and draw 2, and then I don't know, just keep the pressure up that way. So oftentimes my front row is empty with the Fox Legion. And then with Crayon Tiger, I usually save the Crayon Tiger for that final push. On the other hand, though, in Big Belly, it's probably less good because a lot of Big Belly skills don't kill your stuff. So it's probably just going to be one of those things where you go, okay, I'm playing against Cargo, fuck it, 10k guard. Yeah. Well, the next thing is the Heart Thumb clone, the research practice member Pong Belly. Every break stride gets this. When your grade 3 attacks, you shove them in soul, you draw a card, the attacking unit gets plus 5k. Honestly, Great Nature didn't really care about soul for the longest time, like at all. It cares a little bit recently, but why would you not run this card if you're running Big Belly? Even if you're just running one copy, hell, even if you're not running the Big Belly at all, if you have the Big Belly stride, this works. So yes. Being able to get a free draw and get some soul while you're at it is pretty good. And an extra stage of guard is quite helpful. There's I don't know, like I have never had anybody talk badly about a Heart Thumb clone, and I hope nobody ever does because they're always good. So moving on.
Can we just say something about its name?
Pong Belly?
Yeah.
Yeah? What about it?
Are we okay? Go for it. I know you have something.
I mean, what? I'm just making Pong sounds here.
No, like video. Too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
My favorite thing is if you look at the card, it's like winking at you, and it's got his leg up like it's a can dancer. Yeah, like
yeah. Damn it! Now I can't unhear that song.
Oh, you're welcome. All right. Next thing, lifelong honorary professor Sylvest. Okay. All right. I'm pretty sure he just creamed his pants, but
no, that was sheer fear.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
Anyway,
so go.
I have a long history of that card.
Okay, well, it is based on there was a card that came out like about 3 years ago called Sylvest, where it was a grade 4 and not a stride. It was like something you put in the main deck, and it was like base 13,000. And when it attacks Vanguard, it gets plus 10k. And then it had a skill that said you cannot put this in a deck after like August 28th, 2013, or something like that, where it was ridiculous why they got rid of it. They could have just,
I don't know.
But anyway, so they got rid of it, and then they put this guy instead, which, harping on about the name, lifelong honorary professor, he should be tenured. If he's there for his whole life, just, pay the guy. Anyway, so he was like a cat before. Now he's a cat with a long silvery mullet. And it's like Dumbledore without the beard, and then he's holding a globe, which who else holds a globe? Amnesty Messiah.
Aww.
And and his skill is success 25k. If you have 3 or more rear guards, this unit gets plus 10,000, and then the skill, when it becomes successful, you draw a card. So you need to have 3 or more rear guards. Then he needs to become successful in order for you to get the draw. It's good for like generic early pressure, which is pretty cool. What's also nice is if you check triggers and put them on rear guards, and then so like let's say you have like a 16k column that hasn't attacked yet. He attacks and becomes 36k. Then you go triple drive. You put 2 triggers on the rear guard, so it's 26k. So then it becomes successful. You get the draw right off the bat. So it doesn't matter when it doesn't matter when you become successful. So it's good for just that kind of like, there's not much to do right now. Just go for a big smack. So it's a good thing it's a rare because it's not really that impressive, but it's still pretty good, and it haunts my nightmares. So that's nice.
Wait, why?
What?
I mean, I can understand why it haunts my nightmares, but why does it haunt yours?
Oh, just because of the mullet and it's got like the hand with the claws. It's really creepy. It reminds me of the White Witch from Chronicles of Narnia, like in the movies where it's Meryl Streep as the witch. You know what I mean? Like it looks like her a little bit.
I mean, I sort of see that, but like I'm just having flashbacks to the first Sylvester and getting mad at it.
Wait, why? What was your problem with that?
Had a friend who made Great Nature purely because he saw Sylvester and was like, I want to make this. And I was like, you realize you're not going to be playing Great Nature, right? Then he's like, I don't care. I have to do this. That deck did not work. And I got mad at him. And I was like, no, I'll show you how to make Great Nature. And it resulted in me making a Great Nature deck and then getting mad at him.
Oh.
Because of him, I made a Great Nature deck. And I didn't want the Great Nature deck.
Interesting. I just made Great Nature because this was after BTO7 came out. I bought a bunch of packs because I was like looking for Pale Moon stuff, and I had all these Leopolds and Binoculus Tigers, and nobody cared about it at all. So I made it, and then I was looking at BTO8, and in the pack we had Blackboard Parrot, Coiling Duckbill, and Compass Line. I'm like, perfect. So I put those in when it came out, and then I went to a team regional, and I myself went undefeated. It's just my stupid teammates didn't. So, yeah, it's one of those accomplishments where they're like, "So you didn't actually win it?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I was undefeated." They're like, "Dude, I don't care."
Oh my god,
Yeah,
that chest hair. Chest hair.
Oh,
I'm looking at the old picture and then the new picture. Like, oh, he had chest hair, that old fluffy and white. And I'm like, oh my god, that's not his beard. That is a chest hair.
Yeah, now he's got like a cravat thing too, like he's Miles Edgeworth. It's just weird, man. There's like a tree next to him. It looks like he's gonna throw the globe at you. Just don't. Moving on.
Professor, you don't want to have.
Oh yeah. All right. So.
All right.
Moving on, we get to the Glimmer Breath clone, Problem Child Grey Belly, and this is the one I've been waiting for. So,
so cute.
So there's a song by AC/DC called Problem Child, and to you viewers, listeners out there, I suggest you go find it because it is so perfect. It perfectly captures what this thing is, aside from the name. The flavor text is amazing. I won't be diligent and well-mannered, which I imagine is what a 60-year-old would say when imitating their teenage nephew, where they're like, what do the kids say these days? I won't be diligent and well-mannered. That's what it sounds like. And then the panda like black eye circles looks like emo makeup. The art is amazing. He's got a Les Paul with a bamboo neck and like bamboo leaves for tuning pegs. It's amazing. I love it. The skill is success 20k. So what's interesting about success is that it can count for yourself or another rear guard, so it's kind of flexible. And then the skill is GB1 once per turn. You Soul Blast one when this unit is successful and attacks a Vanguard. If you have a Vanguard with Big Belly in its card name, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 2 of your other rear guards. And until the end of the turn, they get plus 4k, and at the end of the turn, draw a card and retire this unit. So you can, on attack, you Soul Blast and dope 2 things and give them life insurance. I should probably clarify, doping is the plus 4k skill and retire at the end like an athlete that, they bulk up their muscles and then have to, they like get man tits later. And then the life insurance, like where you get money if you die. So it's pretty good where it reminds me of, what's its name from Cosmic Heroes? Grand Chopper, where if it gets power, you can counterblast and give 2 things 4k. It's very much like that. I don't know. Actually, in hindsight, it doesn't seem very Glimmer Breath clone-ish because it's not on call, but it's about as close to it as they get.
That sounds a little better in a way, actually.
Why? Because it's not wasted after you call it. It's just
you could just do it as long as it's. I want to be mad. I'd kill to have Glimmer Breath do that.
Yeah.
You got that do better stuff.
I mean, some clans just do Glimmer Breath clones better than others. Mostly stuff that has disappearing fields, Pale Moon, Grand Blue, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Ours would
Yeah.
probably, if I have to say, Soul Blast 1. Do we have a unit like that?
Crescent Moon Juggler.
Well, yeah, he kind of does, but Counterblast, Soul Blast 1.
Oh, I thought you meant it for Glimmer Breath clone. I think instead of giving him a... Why? Because of my phone? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My phone solved the puzzle.
Yeah. Okay, if we
anyway.
it would be Crescent Moon Juggler, because you do need a Harry within its name, in the heart or card name.
Well, so does Grey Belly. All Glimmer Breath clones need that name.
I have to say,
which is
I kind of think Crescent Moon Juggler probably really good now. Okay, I like you, Crescent Moon Juggler, you're more so than I have.
Anyway, so I think the reason that Grey Belly doesn't have a counterblast is because you have to get him to success in order to get the skill in the first place. Right. So I think that's a fairly even trade-off because you know we can hit 20k like that. I just realized my microphone probably didn't pick up my snapping fingers, so like that.
So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was better.
Not bad.
Yeah, pretty good.
Well, finally, there is a picture I have found with him and the new G-Guard for you guys, and he just standing there watching Big Valley play his songs. So kind of cute. Because it's the same school.
Go ahead.
I was just about to say, I think there's only one school here. I'm not sure.
It'd be cool. One for the Hamscape, one for them to become successful, and one for Big Bellies. I mean, and then the sub-clan. But you guys don't have a sub-clan.
No, we don't, actually. Hamstay is probably the closest we did to a sub-clan. Okay, except that doesn't count. Okay, well, another card I wanted to talk about was Anchor Rabbit, which this helps the Fox deck more than anything else. So success 20k, and then GB1, you counterblast 1. When it becomes successful, you may pay the cost if you do stand to this unit, and at the end of the turn, retire it. So basically, you can, no matter when you become successful, you can just restand it, which means if you stack triggers on it, and then you already wasted your Crayon Tiger on it, and then it somehow becomes successful otherwise, you can just restand it. It's also interesting. Oh, wait, no, it wouldn't work if the Crayon Tiger restanding and doping it allowed you to. That wouldn't work. But the important thing is GB1, you counterblast 1, and this unit gets boosted until end of turn. So something that happens to me from time to time is I'll have like a handful of grade 2s, and it won't be able to get like a good field. Because like in Crayon Tiger especially, where I'm like, I can't boost with this. I have to like put down like my stride fodder that I was saving, or that sort of thing. But this helps remedy it a lot because you can use it as like a booster. And the reason it's only really good in the Fox deck is because the Fox deck unflips so much that both of the skills that involve a counterblast just kind of don't matter. Versus in Big Belly where unflipping is harder to come by. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you want me to talk about the Hamstay stuff? Because I hadn't really.
How do you feel about them?
It kind of sucks. They weren't really any good to begin with. In the early days of Great Nature, you'd run the Grade 1 Hamstay because that was kind of your only option outside of coiling Duckbill for recouping your losses. But as time went on, there was kind of no reason to because they're all in the lower ends of the spectrum. They're 8K Grade 2, 6K Grade 1. And then all of the stuff that goes with it now is just it's lackluster. Like, if it had a good Grade 3 to go along with it, it'd be better. But, like, all the Grade 3 stuff you want to run is either better suited for, the Fox Legion stuff, which is overcrowded with Compass Line / Binoculus Tiger and Crayon Tiger. And, yeah, exactly. And the mate of the Fox Legion. And then, for Big Belly, you have all of this new Big Belly support that's really cool, and all this success stuff that's pretty cool that you can take advantage of. It just kind of falls by the wayside. Neat budget deck, I guess, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem worth your time.
Okay, so What do you think of success now? Do you think it's actually one of the better keywords than others you have seen, or at least on par?
It is my belief that success what is it? The keywords that are a limitation kind of suck. So success, burst, wave, that sort of thing, where you have to get past the thing in order to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
It is worse than something like, say, Hollow or Time Leap or Magia, where it's like a skill or a state that you can just do no matter what. But that's not to say success is bad. It's mostly just something where you can you get past the thing and then that's it. But it's nice that success happens, any time of the turn. So if you boost and then you get past the number, you're successful. It's one of the easier keywords out there to get, but it's definitely not the best keyword. Except for the fact that when someone becomes successful, you now get to do this success, and then say what the skill is. Yeah, no, it's gonna be super fun, and you're gonna probably punch me in the stomach before the school year ends.
Violence.
Yeah.
No.
If in terms of the tech booster on the whole, I think the person who the clan that won this was Shadow Stitch. Easy.
Yes.
If your thing doesn't hit, I get to do something so good.
I admit that actually make them more appealing than they have been.
Oh yeah. They're definitely worth a look if you wanna try something new. I like how we're talking about Murakuma now, but like it's just it's an interesting play style. If you want to give it a shot, go for it, but it's not for the faint of heart. As for success, on the other hand, it's not really something where you're like, oh, I'm just going to build a deck with only success stuff. It's meant to be mixed with the old things, notably Crayon Tiger.
Right, which is some keywords are not able to do.
Yeah, well, not because of like sheer number of cards, but just like how the deck would work in general.
Right.
Yeah. What else?
Chronojet, got an ending?
You know what? I really don't. I'm just kind of sitting here happy that Great Nature's gotten support.
Yeah. Honestly, I was kind of annoyed when, like, because Great Nature is my main clan, but I was honestly a little annoyed when they announced it was in the tech booster. I'm like, guys, we don't really need it. It's like, it's basically the equivalent of like when a charity goes to help white people. We're like, yeah, I appreciate the help, but like, there's other stuff you should be concerning your time with.
Or like a slightly more better, a little bit better example here, like Gear Chronicle getting a clan booster.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no point to this, but I thank you anyway. But what?
And then exactly. Said 9 as well.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's. There's a lot of salt in the air about that.
I know for sure. Well, like honestly, you know who needs like they're like before they revealed set 8. This is what I wanted the next tech booster to be: Narukami, OTT, and Genesis. Like that would have been perfect because usually what they do is, or what we've seen so far, tech boosters is 2 things are from the same nation, and then one of them's the outlier. So you had like 2 Dragon Empire and Dark Zone, and then this time you have 2 zoos and a Dragon Empire.
I would not say Genesis because they. What was the support really good this time around? I don't know.
It was pretty good. No, but I mostly, well, I said before they revealed set 8.
Yeah, before.
Yeah.
Let's see. If I had to say probably for the next tech booster, I would like to see probably Nova Grappler, Dimension Police, and OTT.
That would work actually. Yeah.
Nova Grappler needs it.
I feel bad for Nova Grappler because it has this thing where they get support and they're really good for like a month, 2 weeks to a month, something like that, and then something else comes out and just flattens it. Usually something control oriented.
OTT need more Oracle support. They really do need that. Their keywords better.
They need everything to get better.
And they need those strides for Battle Sisters. I think Battle Sisters and maybe something else.
I would like to see more witch support. Right? Wouldn't that be nice? Because that witch stride is ridiculous. On stride, you discard a witch, and they either got to discard 2 cards or take a damage. I was playing against what's her name at school. Who plays OTT? I can't remember.
Yes, that's it. That maybe I'm going to edit this out because I forgot to.
Just
No, witches are really good and they need support. I feel like that too. Battle Sisters, they need something to make them better. Because right now, yeah, now I have to say. And no Mosuki support. That was strange to give support to.
I mean, they mostly just need some offense. They should make just a 9K, GB1 version of Silent Tom. That would be nice. So you don't have these wonky 15K columns.
Also,
They
a Silent Tom strike called Smooth Criminal Silent Tom would be actually cool.
Have you heard Alien Ant Farm's cover of that song? It's pretty good.
I, to this day, am slightly mad that there is a guy I know who thought the Alien Ant Farm was the original.
Really?
I had no idea how to explain it to him. And I was just sitting there. I was like, guy, I have something to show you. Follow me to the nearest computer.
Oh, interesting.
It was the day before smartphones were common.
Oh, back in the
I figured. So like 2006 or something like that.
Yeah, no, it was 2007. I just entered high school.
Oh, okay.
Spoilers on my age.
Okay, so you're 2 years older than me?
Maybe.
God.
I was born in 94, so
I am probably 1 year older than you.
okay. You entered high school.
Anything.
Dude, I don't care.
I like this guy. He's got this straightforward. I'm just gonna say what I feel.
Yeah, I don't pull punches really.
I really like this guy, except he used the phrase that just now.
Yeah, I know.
I don't completely agree with.
What, pulling punches?
Because I like the word punching.
You what?
I like the word punch.
Really?
I just like the word
punches a lot.
I mean, like, it's either punching or kicking.
Yeah, I never understood that about Chronojet Dragon, where like
I mean, there's a concept art that I saw that I really wish I saved somewhere. I did not think about it. I forgot to, but it shows that Chronojet Dragon has a sword.
Oh.
And I'm just like, I really hope this comes back some point.
I just hated that like he's a dragon and then like he goes, all right, attack with Chronojet Dragon. It like just comes up and like one punch. That's it. Like you'd think as a dragon it would have, dragon type properties or
I mean, the thing that more of a disappointment when sitting there is whenever next stage attacks, it's cannon shoulders. And it's just like the one thing I always wanted to see him do, just because the fact is, this would have been so cool, is instead of traditionally firing the cannon, just use the cannon to launch himself at the thing he was fighting.
Could and attack. Move?
What?
Well, could the cannon shoot forward? So do they automatically reverse to shoot backward? So he could do a punch move like that?
No. Like I was thinking of it as a kick, if anything. Just like spins around, fires it, launches himself forward, aims just enough to kick him.
I was thinking mostly like shoving himself into the cannon and then launching himself like it's Pale Moon.
How would this work?
I don't know. It was not something.
To see this.
I didn't think that through. I'll be honest.
I'd pay to see this personally, but I'm trying to figure out how that would work.
I know. I'm just saying Pale Moon got hit by Chrono next stage, and they're waiting for that Chrono Dren to attack. Freaking Chrono Dren. Let's see. So, I think we pretty much done there. So success was really good. The cards from this set Do you agree that they are good? Both of you?
Yeah.
Me overall.
I agree.
So, without further ado, let's end this little discussion. So, as I said before, I am the page admin to the Luquier page, Asuka page, and me Amigo Hyman page. My
And
co-host
I
is-
am. And sorry, I interrupted you
Yep.
before you said it.
Yep.
And I'm the admin for the Chronojet Dragon page, and somewhere in this house, Chrono Dragon is running around.
And I am I'm Atlas Novak. I host and make the Nexus at Night podcast. You can follow me on Twitter, I guess. I don't know how to do social.
Basically, I'll put the Nexus URL
Yeah.
to their
Yeah.
page on here, and we'll put some other stuff for Atlas if we can find a URL for the at night stuff. It's somewhere in my backlogs. So, with that being said, everybody say bye-bye.
Bye.
See you around.